Who would have thought we'd be doing a hunt with nothing but handguns in Call of the Wild in 2022? But I've been really, honestly, encouraged to see just how many people are really excited for this particular weapon pack. And I just want to put them through their paces even more today here on stream than we did in the video. And we'll probably, change through a couple of maps, do a couple of different things, and just kind of see where the hunt leads us. But I thought Rev and Thule would be at least a good starting point. There's a lot of lower class animals. You've got the raccoon dogs, you've got the Eurasian lynx, obviously whitetail, which we're going to try to focus on a little bit first. And I just think it's going to be a good combo of things. And then we can swap to some other maps. I don't think the Glock is for hunting. It's probably not necessarily the first thing you'd think of for a hunting weapon, but they most certainly are used for hunting by some people, or maybe more specifically, used as a sidearm while hunting, whereas if a wolf or a bear or something charges, that's their go-to to dispatch that animal and basically save their life, and that's kind of what these weapons are marketed as. Today is the day for real-life hunting. Oh, nice, dude. We have a couple more days. Saturday is our opener. What was Nightbot doing? I missed it. When's it come out on console? As far as I'm aware, it releases on all platforms tomorrow. I haven't seen that said definitively, but I bet they've said it and I've missed it. I would certainly think they would have made that clear if it wasn't going to be that. Is it Glock o'clock? Could be. I want to shoot the 45 again, but I'm going to try to, at least when we find things, ask you guys what you want to see, what pistol we want to shoot it with. Is Call of the Wild worth the money? I would definitely say it is. These geese are very loud, by the way. There's a 4. Not that that's something we can shoot with a handgun, but good to know. And I don't see any whitetail here, so let's go up here. It's kind of like the beginning of whitetail drink time. Could be a little bit early. Bottom Boy, thank you for the 25 months. Is that alert going to pop up? It should. I'm your Huckleberry. I appreciate you, man. Already bagged the dough. I saw that. Nice shot, man. I have Call of the Wild on PS5, and I just got a gaming PC. Should I buy it on PC too? I will say, and probably there's a number of people in here that could state this more definitively than I can, but I think Call of the Wild just runs better on PC. It's a little easier to control, I guess I'll say, from aiming and follow-up shots and stuff with a controller, or than a controller using keyboard and mouse. I would say it's worth it, especially if you can catch it on sale. Is it still on that big Steam sale? It was 90% off. Let me look. It is at the moment. If I could get the thing. I don't think it's on sale still. I think that sale must have ended. How do you make your thumbnails? I use Photoshop. I was a stubborn lad, I guess you would say, for a lot of years, and I didn't use Photoshop. But finally I decided to just make the switch, and I've enjoyed it. It's definitely helped me out. How long have you been live? 4 minutes. These guys are gonna probably require a 10 mil shot because they're getting a little far away. So I guess, yeah, we're a little bit early for this. So excited for the 180-inch buck video, but I'm going to be at football practice. That'd be cool if you could make it into the premiere, but at least the video will be available, going forward from that. How did they get all the way over there? I think they're cheating. Is SRP going to get reworked with this update? I think so. I've heard some conversation about it, but I've not checked the map yet. We can maybe go there today. John Wick hunting fun or not? I mean, I've enjoyed the handguns, I can say that much. How the heck? I guess I'm just not as fast as a deer. Cody Smith, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate you, man. Best content creator out there. Maybe love the vids, keep it up. I would definitely do my best. Thank you, man. Really appreciate it. Favorite reserve? I would definitely say Leighton still remains to be my favorite. That's why we started today's hunt on Leighton. And I mean, well, not in the string, but in the video. We got ourselves a diamond whitetail in the process, so that worked out. There is a buck anyway. We will try. Probably not successfully, but we will try. Couldn't spot it again with the sight. I don't think that hit. Probably we're better off just moving to a different lake and trying to not have that happen. God, that Broncos game last night, 11-10. That was rough. That was agony to watch. Imagine if since Glocks don't have safeties that you had to unload the one in the chamber to move around. Sounds ridiculous, but that's the logic with crossbows. I'm glad you said the crossbow thing because that is what I was going to bring up. They make you do it with crossbows. Why do they? You have a really good point. Like, there's other... What the heck? Is that new? Kill me, please. That is the greatest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh my god. I'm fine, I promise. Is there another one? Is it just flying around? Oh my god, that was almost a diamond too. Oh, that is great! This is the best part of this update, just so you know. Oh god, what's up, Scarecrow? Did you know about that? Did you know that was the thing? Did it go aggressive? It did. It actually, like, Velociraptor jumped up and tried to claws? That was excellent. Truly enjoying life? Dude, my side hurts. I thought it was like... I don't even know what I thought. I thought it was a lynx or a bear or something and it wasn't actually aggressive at us. That was so funny. The hidden decimal shows? It did, you're right. I'll have to pay attention to that on the next one. Maybe I can just smoke this one out of the air. Probably unlikely, but you never know. If I wasn't bad. I don't know if I'm putting too much lead. Well, we'll find another one for that. That's epic. That might be the first time I ever upload a YouTube short. I might make that into one, because that was so good. The hand-to-hand birdie. No. The fact that I can do that with the 22, with no problem, and I can't figure out the lead on the 10 mil. Laughing hysterically while blasting a bird with the 10 mil? What, that for the title? What's up, Sawyer? You missed Caper Kaylee go aggressive and attack me and make me cry laughing. No 22 pistol? I guess I should have probably brought one. The worst part is, I have the 22 rifle, I just didn't think to grab it, I guess. I might not have it equipped, I think I just have it in my backpack. Please make that into a YouTube short. I might just have to. I haven't done anything with YouTube shorts because, I don't know, I like longer form content myself, but that is a clip worthy of being seen, I think. Will the geese go aggressive? Maybe. Maybe they will. When did they announce the new handguns? When was that? Maybe like a week, 8-9 days ago on social media? Not that long ago, and we're going to be getting them released tomorrow. What classes does the 10 mil cover? Surprisingly, only 2 to 6. I halfway wonder if they made a mistake and didn't change it. Maybe they like copy pasted it in from the 243, because that specific caliber 10 mil is commonly carried as like a grizzly defense pistol. So it's surprising to see only up to class 6. Now, based on the amount of power it has, the way that it currently performs in game, 2 to 6 is about right. I just think it should be more powerful and should be, 3 to 7 I think would be appropriate. When's the pack come out? It comes out tomorrow. Next bug, geese aggressive all the time? That would be a proper feature, actually. All geese are just rude little feathered freaks. We might actually go for that one. I want to crawl into like 50 and go with the 45 here. I think the birds don't like you. They might not like me, but they gave me many laughs. Look at the amount of health. It did no damage. That's gonna have to be a good, like, Call of the Wild myth-busting thing. Stand there and can a Caper Kaylee actually kill you? The only boring thing is that I have to buy all the DLCs, maps, guns, and lodges again. Yeah, that's why I was hoping it was still on that big Steam sale, but unfortunately that's over. It goes on sale relatively consistently, but, maybe, I don't know how you feel about spending like 30 bucks or whatever the cost of the game is right off the bat, but maybe you could just buy the base game and at least work on here and there leveling up until some of those things go on sale. Just kind of trying to come up with a way to not... How do I say this? So you can at least progress on PC some and not just wait forever for a sale. There's a bigger whitetail. The one on the right was a little bit bigger, but I'm mostly worried about just getting to fire the 45. Are you going out for PA archery? Yes. The last couple of days have been very much preparing for that. Yesterday, I got a bunch of shooting lanes trimmed. There's like 2 branches that I can't reach. They're really bugging me. But I think that's going to be okay. So that is supposed to be, anyway, the opening day stand and then hopefully some early season evening sits. And then we're going to my parents for the opening evening where I've had back-to-back years killing a doe. So hopefully we can get Kyla a chance there. Oh, thanks, Danny. IRL archery talk? I know, that was such a bummer. So, full disclosure, like, I saw your Facebook message and, like, the text pop up, and I was playing Jurassic World Alive on, like, a battle thing, so I couldn't close the app, or it disconnects and screws all kinds of stuff up. So, I was really hopeful that it wasn't going to be exactly what it was, but no amount of hoping could fix that. Maybe the Caper Kaylee could flock up. That would be hilarious. I think the black bear drink time probably got changed, but I don't know when it is. That would really make for a much less entertaining grind. Alright, well... This guy's not cooperating too much. I wonder... When's Layton in Mississippi black bear drink time? Is it also at night? Would you recommend getting the handgun pack? As is the case for most weapon packs in Call of the Wild, maybe every single one, there's always one weapon that is really useful, potentially changes up like the meta for what everybody carries as their main loadout, and I would say the 243 single shot really does do that. It's very effective out to 200 meters, and because it's only one unit of storage, it's really going to open up a lot of different loadout options. The 45 and the Glock, like, they're cool. I like them. They're not going to be, you know, the type of thing that you carry on every hunt. I really don't even think they're the best wolf defense gun. I think the 454 is better. So, you know, do with that information what you will. The 243, I think, is worth it. The other guns are just fun to use, but, you know, not mainstays in your loadout. Made you big sad? I was gonna say, Will, I bet there's some other big ones around there. Killer rabbits? I'd be okay with killer rabbits. You good? What happens if we shoot it when it's like that? I'll say there's only one way to find out. His antlers are way above his head. Okay. Okay, we made him dead. Good. That was a success. Wireless rack. Are any more gonna run this way? I shouldn't have reloaded. It takes 12 years to reload this gun, which is good. It's the proper reload animation. I'd use the Glock for wolf defense solely for double taps. I don't know if I was just shooting too slow and like trying to get to see if one shot did enough when I was using it earlier, but it wasn't as effective like trying to make double tap shots as I would have thought. Anyway. Darn, I was hoping the rack would be floating in the harvest screen too. Can you guys see like how framey that is? I don't know why it's like that, but it feels like this is running at like 15 FPS. The game's still running at 60. I don't know, you can't see that. My frame counter says that. Hard shot though. Halfway locked out because he was sort of bouncing, but can at least get to see the 45 take out a deer. There's a decent buck in there. Maybe like a 243 option. The problem is anywhere from here is going to be a long shot, and sneaking into there maybe will take some time, so maybe we can do that. He lost his head? I do agree. Very framey? Yeah, I wonder why that would be. Maybe it does just run at the wrong frame rate. Could be a little bit of like a clash thing there. Excuse you? Warping around like that? Please make a lion hunting video. I haven't hunted lions in a while. I still want to get an albino female lion. You know, I haven't been back since they reset that map. Maybe I should do that. Oh, Whoops. That one's not bad. Up to 288. It's not a diamond rack. He probably is 247, 248, but maybe he'll try to come back and we can get him. In the meantime, 200 meters, I'd say that's good enough. Let's see if we can drop a little 243 round in there. What? How'd I hit the dough? Did I misrange it? No? That was weird. Gonna have to maybe test that on Hirschfeldt at the range. My shots on animals at that range have been good. Weird thing. How do I get those guns, or are they available? The DLC for them drops tomorrow. I think usually weapon packs are like $3.99 or something like that. And most times they're on sale like $1 off when they first come out. So tomorrow they'll be available to purchase. So much weird in this live stream. Only the way it can start out is with such oddness. That's actually a lesser distance. So what happened the first time? It didn't die, so we'll probably not figure out based on the dough, but that was really weird. Alright, anyway. Big miss. Ibaranga Savannah map lost like over half the population. Did it lose the population, or animals just completely moved around? Because I know when they initially kind of like redistributed everything across the map, one big thing was like the East Coast just was loaded with basically everything from Cape Buffalo to Warthog to, I've seen wildebeest and kudu over in there. It kind of seems like the small lakes in the center of the map kind of got neglected in a way. Are you on the new patch, or do they just give you a DLC code? Technically, I guess it would be the new build, right? It would have to be. What maps are getting reset? I think just SRP, but I'm not 100% certain about that. Hello. Do you want to see a Caper Kaylee attack me again?
Yeah, I saw that. I had to go back because I was drawing my hair. All I came back to was you laughing hysterically. I was like, is that him? And then I backed it up.
I wasn't prepared for that.
That was epic. It gave me some, like, raptor vibes.
Yeah, that's what I said. It like raptor jumped to try to claw me and take me out. Do you have rust? I'm a rusty shot. But I don't have the game. Nice.
Nice.
I'm so glad they added that Caper Kaylee attack you now. That's a real thing. Yeah, that's what, that was a terrible shot. A lot of people were, I don't want to say complaining, but like, wishing, I guess, that they would. Oh, I need to show you a thing. If I'm fast. Why are you stuck? You're ruining this. Come here. If that's not the coolest hip shot animation in this entire game. I don't know where we hit it, by the way. Oh. Calculated. Do a moose hunting video? We may hunt moose again sometime in the near future.
Hey.
Sweet. It's really well done. I like it. Reminds me of Red Dead, actually. Have I hunted whitetail up here? I don't know. The quick hip fire aspect I wanted is really good, isn't it? So I didn't know about it in the video. And then I went to make the thumbnail, and normally what I do when I include like a gun image in the thumbnail is I just hit fire and reload and try to take a screenshot of the reload animation. Most times that shows the gun the best. And I saw that hip fire and I was like, oh, I gotta remember to show that off. It's really, really good. That's a Red Dead moment? It is. But a good one. Hopefully as we run around more KP Koya's attack. 243 when he stands up, maybe? I forgot to look what happened with that buck because I was too enamored with the 45, by the way. Can you stand? I want to heart shoot you. I don't even know how to do this. Maybe 0 for 100 and aim slightly high? Didn't get it. Might have got a lung. We'll check the blood, but I'm not too worried about actually getting them. I just wanted to give it a shot. How's the black bear grind? Well, at 4,750 kills or whatever we wrapped up at, I believe SRP is getting reset, so that's going to change some things. We'll kind of see what happens from there, but gonna be interesting for sure to maybe have to redo everything for the setup. Very low, but it was a vital hit. Alright, no complaints, we'll find them. What our hit fire is on the 10 mil, I can't say I've tried it, but we can find out. But if we're gonna do that, it's gotta be with a full mag. I wouldn't say it's much better with that than actually just firing while aiming, but I don't know. Think the bear's on the right side of SRP? Okay, good to know. I will attempt to remember that. Gotta head out, sounds good, man. Appreciate you stopping in. Best gun to hunt Springbuck, probably either the 243 or the Mosin. Only thing about the Mosin, it's got, and I don't even know if it's been fixed by now, maybe it has, but at least in the past it had a little bit of an accuracy issue, specifically long range and if you had your scope zoomed out. If you didn't do those things, it was a really good Springbuck gun. So I definitely intend to do something like that, Danny, probably 45-70, and maybe a bow. I don't even know if I'll include a bow, but 45-70 would better complete the loadout in terms of animal classes. That would actually let us shoot anything that's not a bird. Or a rabbit. What's up, Joe? We got attacked by a capercaillie, that's a new thing, and it was my favorite thing that's happened on stream, probably, maybe other than the 200 whitetail this entire year. It was pretty good. About to eat the grouse I shot yesterday, nice. That's a long track for a bear, but at least it's going to be a respawn. Cowboy hunt? Hey, you were the one that said it, right? I think I saw you. That was you in the comments that I replied to, I think. What's up, Jess? What a way to go down. Just to the right, maybe a touch high from the heart. Not bad, though. 0.5 shy of diamond. Obviously, still because we messed it up, but decent. What guns are there in this new weapon pack? There is the 10 mil, kind of like a Glock style, 15 round mag. Unfortunately, still smallish game handgun because it's classes 2 to 6. Then we have the 45. It's classes 2 to 5, so definitely medium game and below, but it's my favorite one. And then the 243 is classes 2 to 6, same as the rifle. You can put the full-size scopes on it, which is insane. And it's pretty darn effective. Go hunt jackals? We may eventually. I might actually carry 2 45s for wolves and just use hip fire and weapon switch. Outside of the reload time, if there's any wolves remaining after 10 shots worth of hip fire, that could work. What reserve? We're on Reventuli Coast right now, and it was definitely an accidentally great decision because we had a capercaillie attack us, and that's a new thing, and it was hilarious. But the main reason I chose here was because we can go after whitetail in pretty big numbers, and whitetail are a good species for all these handguns to take. And then there's the chance, which we haven't had happen yet, but of running into like a lynx, or if we went into the south, which may or may not happen, there are raccoon dogs we could take with these pistols too. Is there a Desert Eagle? I swear somebody said something about it, but unless you consider that kind of goldish Glock to be that, not really. Can you use the 10 mil on the black bear grind? Not ethically. Black bear, all bears in fact, are a class 7 in Call of the Wild, and the 10 mil does max at class 6. I was saying earlier, I kind of wonder if that's a mistake. Like, the power of the 10 mil as they have it now, probably classes 2 to 6 are about right, but I just think it should be a little more powerful and probably more like classes 3 to 7. Oh, nice, Chaz. 500 mag would have been perfect for this pack. That was the one that I specifically said that I wish they would have done. I always think back to Alaskan Adventures. They had that as one of the weapon options, and I don't know, it's just a giant pistol that's fun to carry and wouldn't be fun to shoot in real life, and what's the point of a hunting game if not to do things you couldn't do in real life? Like the 420 grain compound arrows 2 to 7, that could probably be appropriate as well. It depends on the particular load you use, but hey, it's Call of the Wild's game, they can make it whatever they want. 2 to 7, why not? I'm jealous you get all the fun. I'm actually kind of glad that it's only one day early this time. I like when, you know, we get to take a look at the weapons early and stuff, but then it's not too long before everybody else gets to check them out and see what they think as well. So only, what, 24 hours-ish? Depending on what time it actually comes out tomorrow. And everybody else will get to take a look. Good to know there's hazel grouse around here. Maybe we'll have to scoot over there and try to get one of those 85 to 100 bucks. I have noticed, and it could be at least a little bit in part due to the fact that we haven't really done any whitetail hunting on this map, but lots of fairly nice deer. Can we get to like 80? I don't know how far into this water we can walk. What map is this? This is Reventuli Coast. Have you played the reset Silver Ridge Peaks? Not yet. Maybe we will a little bit today, but the handguns don't make a lot of sense on that map. Like, there's not a lot of things we could actually hunt with them, so we'll see. At the very least, I'm thinking we're going to try to get this one. I think the other one's going to walk below where we can see, but 95-ish should be okay. 0, not for this gun. 0 for 75, though. And then can we spot it? We cannot, so gonna have to go with a two-part process here. Hit him anyway. Is it in a lung? I don't know. Probably not based on that, so there could be two different things here. Either the drop is more than I would have guessed, and we hit him maybe in the legs, or especially with his health going down, the drop is actually less than I thought, and we hit him in the spine, which I guess now's as good a time as ever to test it out, so we'll go see. Shoot a wolf with the Colt 45, so I did that in the earlier video today. We're still going to probably go to Quattro. I think the Iberian wolves are just more likely to go aggressive, but we'll probably go back to Quattro and still do some wolf hunting in about 30 minutes, give or take. White is on your side? Oh, Flinter white? Like nationwide? I was like, what are you talking about? I thought the Flinter in that statement was a what, get my attention thing? What is the most interesting place you visited, like in real life? I don't do a lot of traveling. Well, I'm gonna have to ask Bottom Boy what the name of it was, and maybe he won't want to say it because it was close to where we were there to hunt and everything, but the battlefield thing that we went to in West Virginia was at least the most recent memory of something that was interesting that I visited. The Oasis itself, I was gonna say that, but I figured you'd yell at me for being complimentary or something. Mothman, that actually was interesting, that's true. You gonna die? These deer are trained really well. Why are roe deer so hard to get a vital hit on? I suppose that depends what gun are you using. Was it just SRP that got reset? I think it was only SRP, but I don't know that for certain. Thought that white tree was some kind of albino. Having a handgun that 0s to 200 is amazing. I really, really like this thing. Have you been to West Virginia? Yes, and we're going back again this season as well. See, I'd have never known. Never would have known, Will. When does PA Archer season start? This Saturday, October 1st. Do you think the 10mm will be good for hunting pringhuck? Pringhuck? What? I don't know if I tried to throw pronghorn into that name or what just happened to my head, but it's fine. Springbuck and pronghorn. I think it will be good if you can get in range, but I don't think you're consistently going to be in range often enough for it to be worth carrying. I'm just going to try some different things and see how we do. Did that do any better? Kind of doesn't look like it. If you need a deer dead, it's probably going to be a good choice, but if you want it to die ethically, I can't promise the Glock's the best. At least when they're moving. To end a we? At first, I read that really closely mentally to make sure you didn't say, like, this is the way, but spell it different. I think it's worth trying the hollow/soft point ammo instead of the high penetration stuff. Maybe. The reason that I'm using the high pen stuff, generally, anytime that I'm doing, like, a stream with handguns or bows or anything, like, I find that I take longer shots than I would in a video, just because I think to a degree it probably gets boring if I'm crawling for 15 minutes straight, and normally that higher penetration stuff just sort of helps in those situations. So yeah, I just shot too high. 95 meters with the Glock, 0 for 75, and aimed dead on, it seems. Ever hunted in Wisconsin? I have not. Do you need handgun score for the new site? That's a good question. I'm actually not sure how I find that out. Because I don't think it tells you once you've unlocked it, or once you've surpassed that amount of handgun score. Like, if you go to look in the store, I can try, but I want to say it's not going to show. Any chance you could offer advice on improving the quick kill bonus? Do you have like a mission or something to get 100% quick kill? I would honestly say either use a bigger caliber or go for like heart or neck shots. I'm assuming, wow, that was rough. I'm assuming whatever mission you have is something that requires that. All these shots were too far forward, which kind of makes me think the 10 mil has a pretty fast like projectile. The weirdest part about that is that it was in my left ear, even though it was definitely straight ahead. What's up, Timothy? West Virginia haunted state of mountain monsters. That'll be a good thing to think of when I'm walking around out there in the dark. Swiss cheese deer? I think venison and Swiss cheese is a great combo. Anyway, what do you think is a cool map idea? By the way, I just want to make sure there isn't a level 3 black grouse over here. To try to come up with something unique, because Africa 2.0 has been the thing that I've been like wishing for and hoping for the last like 4 maps now. If I wanted to go with like a new kind of idea, maybe somewhere like in Asia with some of the different unique species they have out there. I don't even know that I could nail down a specific area, but where are... I do this like every stream. Where are... I can't think of the name. Marco Polo sheep. Is that Asia? Now I'm getting myself confused. I swear, Will, if I get a shot at a coyote this year, I better get it. I can't believe I whiffed on that. Like, I know exactly what I did. It was like 19 yards. I was shooting downhill. I needed to aim lower because of that. I didn't think of it. But as soon as I got down, there was no blood, no arrow. I was like, man, I know better than to do exactly what I just did. Okay, I swear. Nope. I thought I saw the black grouse that called. This is ridiculous. Where are these keys? I can't even hear myself think out here. Marco Polo sheep would be Central Asia? Okay, so I'm not dumb. There it is. Oh, big male. Well, bad day to be a black grouse. Sorry to say. Well, you know. If it doesn't walk behind a tree. Afghanistan through the stands to China? Are they in like that wide of a range? Oh, okay. What are you doing? What are you doing and why? Okay. That's fine. I've never seen one go, like, alert and just start sprinting. It was an odd deal. Would have been a gold anyway. Where is... Hello. This would have been better for the Glock, but is what it is. Where are you? There's technically a slight chance that would be a diamond, but better not be. Is the 10mm better than the 7mm for the game? No. The 7mm class is 4 to 9, so it can cover basically everything from a deer all the way up to lion, Cape buffalo, water buffalo, and stuff like that. The 10mm only goes up to class 6s from classes 2 to 6, so you're basically looking at everything from deer and sheep to, you know, red deer and, I guess gators maybe would be a good other thing to put in that category. Well, it worked the first time. Is there one more that we haven't spotted? I swear I'm going to stop chasing birds with a Glock somewhat shortly. What do you think is the best animal to hunt with the 10mm right now? Like something that travels in fairly big groups and is a lower class thing. I'm thinking, I don't know, bobcats on Rancho and stuff like that. The problem I have with the 10mm primarily is it's so low class, like only up to class 6. You can't hunt bears with them. I would say, like, you know, if you were to not choose that as your sidearm, but as like your main weapon in real life, which I'm not sure how many people are doing that, it wouldn't make the most sense for it to be like class 8. Hunting moose and stuff with a Glock would be an interesting decision anyway. Not to say it couldn't be done, but I don't think it would be the recommended caliber. So I think 7 would be an appropriate spot to stop, but it just kind of prevents you from getting to hunt some of those things. Aggressive capercaillies, that is the most important part of this update. Did we reload the 45? I don't think we did. Syria would be better than Afghanistan for... I don't know enough about like what species would be out there. I just know that I want Marco Polo sheep in one of these games, to be honest. One of these days I'm going to find a level 5 bean goose and I'm not going to be ready. Turkey is an interesting mix. That was kind of one of the other areas I was thinking of that could be neat. I almost wanted to say turkey for the sheeps, but not sure. At one point they literally had tigers, lions, and bears all in that one country? What kind of bears? Turkey for ibex? I mean, Quattro kind of became like an ibex map, so that may make it less likely that that happens, but I don't know, give us more ibex. I like them. I don't love the ones that are in the game. Like, I like Alpine Ibex and Hunter Classic. I like a lot of the other Ibex species that exist. The ones they happen to go with, I like the arch-type horns more than the ones that we have in Call of the Wild right now. That's awesome, Liam. Turkey had Eurasian brown bears. Clark says they had black bears. All the bears? Question mark. I'm gonna, for once, maybe attempt to get multiple deer with the Glock, and then I think maybe we can jump down and look for some small stuff as well. I'd almost consider the 243 the best gun in the game. It's right up there. If you're not worried about some of the bigger game, I could definitely see that argument. Sounds good, Bottom Boy. He's right, had a brain fart? I got you. Some sort of Highland map? I'd be down for it, based on, I don't know if you happen to see TK's red deer hunt in Scotland. Was that like a month ago-ish? Month and a half ago, something like that. I thought that was a cool episode. I thought that was neat, so maybe something like that in Call of the Wild could work too. Shot my first moose today in real life. Nice. I'm going to assume, I looked at the clock and I was like, how the heck are you already home? Because that probably takes forever to butcher one, but I'm assuming it's maybe evening-ish for you. Tigers also? Are tigers hunted anywhere? Is that a thing? Alright, 70 meters. What the heck? Let's see what we can do. I'm confused how that shot didn't hit, seemingly, but the other 3 went down. If you get close enough, it's pretty good. Have you ever shot an animal in real life and what? 27 white-tailed deer, I think? Pretty sure. And like a couple of turkeys. As far as like bigger game stuff goes anyway. Small game that I wouldn't be able to count. You'd think it would be illegal? Couple of no's. As far as I know, it isn't a thing anywhere. Tigers are hunted in places like India. Is it like, hey, it's tiger season? Or is it, hey, that tiger over there has been sneaking into the village and killing all the pets. Somebody better go kill that. Because I genuinely don't know. I'm interested. Shot the moose at 2 p.m., but we had to drag it down the mountain. How many people does it take to drag a moose? Because I've often thought of that. Like, I want to hunt moose one day. But I'm going to need, like, a lot of people with me, because I shot my buck last year. He was 200 pounds live weight. So what does that make him gutted? Maybe 170-ish? I had a heck of a time dragging that thing. I can't imagine something more than 10 times that. Decent, what, 3rd shot, I think? Tiger hunting is banned here in India. I'm getting mixed opinions here, but I'm going to assume, since you said here, that you probably know what you're talking about. Double lung, liver, stomach. And accidental spinal cord. Was that the 2nd shot? Or the 1st? I don't know, either way. Well, worked out. And let's jump down here and see if we can get some, like, lynx or raccoon dog. Just something we can end up getting closer to and shoot on the run with these handguns. Got a quarter room, and the quarters will still be 150 pounds. So to a degree, like, that's... I don't know that I could pack 150 pounds on my back. I can obviously drag a 170 pound deer for a ways anyway, but drag it down the mountain sounded like it wasn't quartered yet. Maybe that was just the phrasing. Need 2 to 3 people to haul moose good / fast, or just 4-wheeler with a haul tube. That would be the preferred method for a small lad like me. Can I? Okay. I guess I can't. Would you say a box of strawberries is a good substitute for dinner? Is it, like, just strawberries? Is it, like, chocolate covered or something? Just shot a guaranteed troll red deer and it disappeared? Maybe the game was just doing you a favor, like, nah, you don't even have to pick this up. Moose was just gutted but otherwise whole? What are the guts in a moose weigh? Over 100 pounds, I bet. Considering you can spot like deer, I don't think they're concerned about legality. I don't know, I'm lost. I didn't keep up with this conversation well enough. Did they, like, improve something with geese? Like, I swear I can't get away from these things. What have I missed? Well, the best thing that we've seen so far today is that they actually made capercaillie go aggressive. And it's not like... What's the best example? Maybe Cape buffalo and water buffalo, where they go aggressive and they just run into you and you take damage. They have like a velociraptor jump up and get you with their talons type of animation. If Danny's here, or if somebody else has the link, it was clipped if you want to check it out. One of the greatest things that's happened on stream ever, to be honest. At least in my stream. I probably shouldn't say for anybody's stream ever, but that's not also the way I meant it. How much do moose guts weigh? I'll figure this stuff out. Wish I was here for the capercaillie attack. It was mostly, like, I saw it go aggressive, and I was like, is that aggressive for me? So I just said, please come kill me, or something like that. And then I was just, I didn't think it was actually going to, so I started dying laughing. This right here, by the way, if I can make a decent shot. This is primarily what I see this gun being good for. Like, you've got, say, a shotgun for your ptarmigan and stuff like that. You've got, I don't know, a 300 for moose and brown bear on this map. I think that'd be a reasonable thing to carry. And then if you want a 22 to blink ducks off the water, or whatever reason you may want to carry one, you start to run out of room for a 243. And having the 243 handgun, as opposed to the 243 rifle, it saves you that bit of room for collars or whatever else you might want. I'm really hoping to get to use this thing a lot. I think we're going to end up doing so, but we shall see. Nice. Just watched it. I want to watch my reaction back because I was so unprepared for it. All I know is I was laughing. I honestly don't like the missions in this game. Reventually Mississippi missions don't show up and it's annoying. Actually, those are the two newest maps that I haven't done the missions on either. So I can't really comment much on that, but I don't know, the missions since like Cuatro Colinas probably have not been that good. It's just kind of been like, run to this outpost, press E, run to the next outpost, press E. Like, there's no requirement to shoot almost anything throughout the missions, and that can be kind of annoying. I like the old missions where it was, hey, this guy needs you to shoot 10 wild boar. Can do. It's interesting that we've had ptarmigan and black grouse calling like that. Like, I feel like we didn't have that before. It was a thing, but it didn't happen much. I gotta think it's been, like, the frequency of it has been increased. The fact that we've seen it twice already today. It's a piebald duck. Disappointed with the last map's missions? Like I said, I haven't had a map where I was really pleased with them in a while. I'm really not good at that. Well, we'll take our one. The parquet missions where you had to shoot a target, the target was in a rock? Yeah, the where you had to, like, shoot an explosive or something to clear the tunnel? Is that the one that you're talking about? Or do you mean the stone circles? Hello. Can you check the hipfire on the old revolvers when you get a chance? Yeah, I can see what they're like. More inclined to smoke the bunny, to be honest. Did that miss? Wow. More inclined to attempt to smoke the bunny, maybe I should have said. That's how we got it. I'd like to know what the new drink time is for bears and SRP. As would I. I've not gotten to go over there and check it out just yet. They probably didn't, but if they did update the old revolvers to perform like the 45, that'd be sick. It would be cool. It seems though, like with the special put away animation and all that, I'm assuming that it's supposed to be like unique in that way. What classes can you hunt with the new guns? Okay, so let's start with the biggest one, the 10 mil. Is classes 2 to 6, as is the 243, and the 45 are classes 2 to 5. I am terrible with this thing. I'm better off throwing rocks. Not the gun, by the way, it's just my ability to aim with a red dot is not good. Hit those 2 shots. They should make a 22 mag revolver for rabbits. A 22 revolver could be kind of neat. What's the one now? Like a 10 shot? Or is it a 5? I don't remember. I know the 22 handgun's not the best. I'm the only one to play this game now and streams it? What do you mean? $10 shot semi-auto? I was thinking it might have been 10 because I knew Kyle and I did the goose roulette thing and I was pretty sure we had the same amount of bullets, but got myself confused with the AR, I think. you love the Anderson. I like the looks of them. I guess the problem that I have with it is, like, the rifle does all the same things. It's the same concept as having the, lost my train of thought, having the 243 handgun as opposed to the 243 rifle. But in the case of the 22, like, a lot of times you want to be able to shoot 300 meters to actually kill something. For a cowboy loadout, the revolver 22 might be a cool niche thing. That would kind of complete it. You'd have like a... Obviously the character won't, but in your mind at least you can have a 22 revolver on one hip and a 45 on the other. Yeah, that's kind of how I see it as well, Ethan. Like, it's just... It's not good for actually killing anything at range. It is good, though. And this is a legitimate function that you want your 22s to do. It is still good for, like, estimating even out to, like, 200, 250 meters when you're trying to use the 22 strat and shoot near something to alert it. It can do that just fine, but, you know, hitting something like a rabbit 250 meters away with that gun's not the easiest thing. What was your first time? And it was a musk deer, funny enough, since we just had that video yesterday. October 30th, I think, of 2017. That sight is a little too thick to be shooting that far. What the heck? Okay, so just shoot far with the Glock and I'm fine. What's up, Tristan? It's going good. Nothing crazy in terms of animals just yet out here on Reventulian. We're going to be switching to Quattro in like 9 minutes to go after some wolves. But we got a Caper Kaylee to attack us, which is apparently a new thing, and definitely my favorite moment from the stream so far. Favorite thing in the update in general. How am I going to do that after I missed all those shots? There's another female out there. Could have gone classes 1 to 9. Yeah. Would have been neat. I would have liked it. Do you know the chance of an animal being a great one? Like the spawn rate? Or like percentage? I don't think anybody knows. There's a... I would say there's enough, like... people out there who have grinded for great ones and posted their stats for it that you can get a decent idea. Like, I feel like whitetail is in the area of, on average, 1 in 1,500. So, whatever percentage that kind of equates to. Red deer seems to be a little higher, usually like 22 to 2,500, 1 in 22 to 2,500. And bears, I think, are probably in that same area too, unless you're me. What's up, Ormy? They should buff the 30-30. What's tough about it is, because I kind of agree it probably should be a little bit stronger, but what's tough about buffing any gun in this game is you start to, like, you buff one, and then it's more powerful than something it should be weaker than, and then that gun needs buffed. I think it's really tough to balance the amount of weapons that are in a game like this, so should it be buffed? Probably. Is it the most important thing? Maybe not. Was the Caper Kaylee attack in this video? It was. I couldn't tell you the timestamp. What, 10 minutes in, probably? Kill me, please, then the laugh. I really was kidding. Like, I thought it was aggressive to something else. I knew that Caper Kaylee could be aggressive. So I guess I thought, well, in real life, I didn't know they could be aggressive in game yet. So I guess I thought there was a chance. That's how I see it as well, Clark. There's so many that are probably a bit off by now. I like this thing. That's amazing. Crazy Caper Kaylees are a real thing. Yeah, it's really cool they implemented that. I remember, like, a bunch of people were saying, like, were asking, do they attack? Like, is that a thing they've added to this game? And I tried to, you know, I ran at some Caper Kaylees, see what would happen. But I never thought that they would make them attack. I mean, they're birds. They will be aggressive in real life, but I just couldn't imagine them doing it. The fact that they did it and gave him that little velociraptor jump is so funny. Next one that does that, I'm gonna... Like, I feel like I wasn't looking down enough to appreciate that animation fully. I gotta quit assuming that these handguns are firing slow-moving rounds. I keep almost leading them too much. What pets do you have? At the moment, just the one dog, Shadow. She is, what, almost 11 months old, a Border Collie Blue Heeler mix. Literally, Kyla, that was the first thing I thought of, the little velociraptors in Primal. It's exactly like that. It could very well be like some of the same motion tracking and stuff. I don't know how they do that. You've been attacked by one in real life? I've been attacked is the wrong word, but I've had a goose at least attempt to, like, slap me with its wings or whatever. I don't know that geese can... Can they really hurt you? I guess if they wanted. What do you want to see in the next update? Well, generally speaking, given that it is almost October, the next update normally with Call of the Wild schedule would be a map update, and I'm hopeful for Africa 2.0. I continue to say it. Hopefully that's on the horizon, but I guess in like, what, a month and a half, maybe we'll find out. Like compies, there you go. What is this chattering thing? I feel like they've really pumped up the ambient noises on this map a lot. Test the hollow .10mm on a whitetail. I'm not sure if I'll get to that one. My plan is here to probably fast travel before we swap maps and just try like the 44 and the 357. Just see if the hip fire's the same as it's always been or if it's new. And then jump to Quattro for the wolves. And I think I'm gonna stick with the full metal jacket or whatever the heck the 10mm ones are. Just because you get all kinds of funny angles and stuff when you're shooting them. What's up, Scarlet? How's the new sidearms? Was a little disappointed that the Cuomo isn't a higher caliber. Honestly, that's the one that's the best, and it's, in my opinion, it's because it's a 243. I just find that on maps like Reventuli, actually, and Rancho's another good example, maybe Mississippi could be thrown in there too, maps where you're likely to want to carry a shotgun for some of the birds, that can make it tough to have a complete loadout. Like you want, for Reventuli, since we're on this map, you probably want like a 300 realistically for moose and brown bear, and normally that's not something I've been carrying, but now I can go with a 300. I can go with, for whitetail, I can still grab like a 308. Instead of having to bring the full-sized 243, I can bring the handgun. Only takes 1 unit of storage. I can still fit the 22 or whatever else I want in there just fine, and have plenty of room for like the duck collars and stuff. That makes a big difference, having, what is it, like 1.5 extra units of storage when using that over the rifle. It might be 2 units. Cobra chickens? I like it. Is you guys. You're the ones making all the noise. I found you. They sure don't shut up. What's your favorite country outside the US? I've never been outside the US, so I don't think I can actually answer that. What's up, Hunter? Happy to be able to catch your stream tonight. Glad you can make it in, man. Hopefully we can have as entertaining a second half of the stream as the first half. Getting attacked by a Caper Kaylee was definitely a highlight. Just for the heck of it. Wait. Why is that still light color? I don't know what that is. It's not albino, so just gonna attempt to... Didn't get to hit it as many times as I would have liked, but see if any of the shots were good enough to bring it down. Gold, probably it might have been. He's not dying, so I'm gonna assume none of those shots hit a lung. I'm gonna assume wrong. One did. The bad part is he had stopped right when I yeeted that shot. Hey, welcome back, Bottom Boy. For the wolf portion, you could load up each 10 mil with different ammo. I could if I can remember to actually swap to the other one. We'll see how that goes. I'm gonna say 10 mil on Brown Bear, maybe not the best choice. As a noobish player that only has the first 2 starter maps, other than killing everything I see, is there an animal best for XP? I'm at the point of having a 7 mil with polymer tip bullets. Honestly, you're in a good spot, having gotten the 7 mil. I mean, technically, red deer are going to be your best option on Hirschfelden, as far as getting like a bunch of XP per kill. Black bear, coyotes, and red fox might technically give a little higher XP per, but you're going to find more red deer, so in the end, red deer will be better. The other option would probably be hunting bison in large numbers on Hirschfelden, because they don't run very fast, and you can kind of run along with the herd and shoot several and make XP that way. The Colonel, thank you for the super chat, by the way. I certainly appreciate the support. What does integrity mean when you're hunting, and what should you use for hunting moose? Because I'm using the 270 Stradivarius, and they won't go down as easy as whitetail. Okay, so integrity, is that like a mission? I'm not even sure that they still use the integrity term anymore, but basically integrity was the old system for like weapon classes and stuff. So in order to pass the integrity bonus back in the day, you had to use the proper ammo. That's basically all that was. Actually, that didn't do too bad. I thought we hit it at least 3 times. Blonde, by the way. Alright, so we're gonna go and fire some revolvers real quick just to kind of see if the animations have changed. Then we're gonna chase some wolves. What does XP do? It just levels you up. Okay. Let me in. Hi, Shadow. I didn't even know you could reach that high. Let's drop. Not even using that. One day. 44. And what the heck? We'll get another 45. 454. I don't know where the 357 is. Did I miss that? Yes. Alright, we'll test them all. I don't know if I have all the ammo, so we might not. She's mad I'm not sharing my Doritos. I don't know why I didn't see that alert, but the Colonel, thank you again. Appreciate the super chat. I've been opening tickets with the devs for about 4 months, asking them to add the M1911. I learned today that my calls were in fact not answered. Wait. I'm a little bit confused. Calls weren't answered? Or were answered? Not answered. As far as this particular weapon pack? I think I'm following now. That took me a little while to understand where we're going with that. I mean, at least it's... some of them are kind of close-ish, but not exactly what you're after. It would have been a neat addition. The full metal jackets can't go in the other 45. No, they can. Okay, I'm just blind. And do I have 357 on me? Nope. Where did I put the 44? Am I blind? Yes. Alright, we're not going to test 357 because I don't have the ammo, but we can do the rest. And we'll just hip shot everything. Glock. Meh. Not fancy. 45. Fancy. This isn't... not much is going to happen there. So, I don't even know where the rest of the things are. So this is the... old 45. Regular trigger pull. Binoculars. 454 is regular. 357 doesn't have anything equipped. And... 44 is regular as well, so only the new 45 has the fancy hip fire animation. Let's get some of these things unequipped now. Alright. To the other place, Quattro. The Colonel, thank you for the super chat again. They didn't add the M1911. Cringe? Was that cringe on my part or cringe on the devs part? Probably both, because I couldn't read. I don't know. At least they added like some variety and stuff. I'm fairly happy with the choices they went with. There's no, pleasing everybody. What weapon pack is the crossbow in? That is in weapon pack 1. Where am I gonna find wolves? Let's try down here. $1911 would be added one day, I bet a pinky on it? You would think so. It's a pretty popular caliber, but I was gonna say they really don't do any kind of brand association, but it doesn't have to be to add one. I hear a thing. Oh, hello. Lame. How was that a vital shot? I wanted to not shoot that again just to see how well that does. That was something. Platform? What? Yeah, I got what you're saying. At first, I confused myself because I was talking about the brand thing. Yeah, you could do a number of different calibers with that. Can you and the Hunter DD33 do a video? Maybe one day. We shall see. If only they'd attack. Alright, so that's actually pretty impressive. Not to say that's a great hunting application. I don't imagine you're going to go for a lot of shots on things that you actually care about getting the metal on, but pretty good show of penetration from the 10mm anyway. So, I don't know. One of the problems I've had with this update is a lot of my tents end up disappearing, so I guess we're just going to run between lakes. I want a lot more calibers added. I think almost everyone would enjoy the game more if they could use their personal pigs. I know 280 AI will never be added, but a boy can wish. Hey, you never know. Maybe they could do it. Didn't, I'm halfway remembering Cabela's Big Game Hunter 2003. Was that the one I played, or 2004? I think 2004. I swear they had a 280. You think you'll consistently carry the 10mm? Probably not. I think there's a good chance I'll use the 45 for some different things just because it's a lot of fun. The 10mm, while it also is a lot of fun to shoot, it's not the type of thing where, say in 3 months, where the hype's all gone and it's just kind of like another weapon that's in the game. I don't think it does any particular thing so well that it warrants being in my loadout all the time. I do think, though, the 243 handgun does. They did have a 280. I'm kind of proud of myself for remembering that. That's a cool thing, though, like, you know, when different hunting games choose other calibers that aren't the ones that every other hunting game uses. I think it makes it more interesting. What was your first super rare? It was a melanistic diamond kudu. Right after they fixed the melanistic kudu, so I was a little bit worried about whether it was fixed or not, but as far as I can tell, I was on that server for a while. It indeed was legit. Would you be able to make a video where you present all the current weapons? Suppose that depends on what you mean by present. I could probably make some kind of thing on that, but it would take me a long time. What's up, Drift? Last week was crazy, got a concussion, and I have a funny kind of long story that happened on Friday night at a high school football game. Is it related to getting a concussion? Why is someone rolling up uninvited to get attacked by Shadow? I missed some. Your voice is amazing. You sound like you're 19. I just love how you don't talk too loud like most annoying YouTubers. We had this conversation. Was that Friday on stream, maybe? I think it was. Where we were talking about like my older videos where I was like trying to add too much enthusiasm into it. And I mentioned like, generally speaking, if I click on a video and that's the type of thing, like if I'm getting yelled at to subscribe, I just click away. I'm not a fan of that stuff anymore. I do not sound like 19, I sound like a man. Yeah, man. It's gonna hurt my throat if I do too much of that. What is the best gun for hunting pronghorn? I'd probably say the 308 now is the best option. Like an angel's harp. Thank you. Would have been nice if you would have gone aggressive, just so you know, guy. 243 clutch or not? You like my man voice? I should have done that after I got my buck. Sounded like my neighbor? Oh, that's good to know, Zach. Thanks for sharing. Witch Reserve, we're on Quattro Cleanest now. We're going to try to get some wolves to go aggressive. They changed their drink time. Oh, hello. To, 3 to 6:30, I think? So, the hope is we can get some to attack us in the daylight. Maybe it'll be this pack. Do you like the animations? They're quite good. I'm pretty impressed with basically everything I've seen so far. The only thing is, I wish the Glock and the 45 had a little more power behind them. And ideally, at least in the case of the Glock, if it was one class higher. If I click a video and it starts off by saying like and subscribe, I lose interest instantly. The thing that's so, like, I guess, almost counterintuitive about it is, if you, like, there's YouTube channels that are dedicated to teaching people how to grow a YouTube channel. And if you listen to the advice of those, like, it's always going to be call to action, tell people to subscribe, tell people to hit the like button, all that stuff. And, like, I respect that, like, you know, do your thing, but it just ain't for me. If I can't make a video that someone's compelled to subscribe to come back, or like it because they enjoyed it or whatever, I'm probably not doing it right anyway. Honestly, Clark, as soon as I saw it, I was disappointed that I didn't have it in the video, but I do think it's almost worth the purchase just for that. I don't know what the heck diamond we're going to get with the 45 hip fire, but it's going to happen eventually. You can imagine me yelling in each of my videos. What's up? Flantro12 here, back at you with another banger video. Anyway. I don't know, Zach. I kind of like the classic 10mm better. Hate being told to subscribe, but I do need a reminder to drop a like. I kind of feel that. Like, I do forget to like videos. I think I remember to like at least all the Meat Hunters videos this season. Sometimes I struggle with that, but that is what it is. You just broke me. I want the content to be good enough to make me want to, but at the end of the video, or even somewhere towards the end, is more optimal to me. Yeah. Even, like, for me, it's always just in the end screen. I think there's the join the Schuster Army thing at the end of every video. Not even, like, anything I say, just in text. What classes do the Glocks cover? 2 to 6. I kind of wish it was a little higher. The info readout for Bobcats frustrates me. 35 kg max weight, but a level 5 will show us max potential. Wait, what? Poor Kyla with the mod strugs. Out here doing her best. What's up, Thunder Turtle? Have I missed anything? Nothing too special outside of a Caper Kaylee attacking us. That was great. Almost choked to death on sunflower seeds. At least, I guess, I can be glad that I no longer... Not that my videos ever were quite that, but with the over-enthusiastic intros back in the day, there's a little bit of that vibe, just not to that extreme. At this point, it's impulse for me to click like on every video before I watch it, even if I've never seen the YouTuber before, because I know how vital it is for creators and their videos' performance. It's so funny how YouTube goes through different waves, because there was a time where likes weren't as important, and then like they became more important through engagement, and weirdly enough, dislikes can help just as much. I need to get better at that. Silencers would be a cool addition. So I've talked about this a lot, so I won't do my entire spiel on it, but basically my view on silencers, suppressors, whatever you want to call them, I'd be perfectly happy with them, adding them, but I don't want it to affect the animal's perception of the shot at all. Like, animals spook at 200 meters when you shoot. Anything less than 200 will spook, anything more than 200 will stay there. I think that's perfectly fine. I think if adding a suppressor reduced that range at all, I think that would be making the game too easy. But if instead they just reduced the sound that we hear, and the gunshot was quieter but the animals still spook the same, I wouldn't mind it. Even if it was like, I wouldn't mind if when you spook an animal you see their alert stage, if you have spotting skill 2 I think, go from, it's really fast, but calm, attentive, alert, alarmed, fleeing. Maybe suppressor could like slow that process down by a second, but just something to, I guess, ensure that the game doesn't get too easy by adding it. YouTube changes every few months. It must be by design to like never make sure that, or to make sure that channels that just game the algorithm and don't really add anything of value can't always do that, but usually it ends up getting figured out anyway. You do, Kyla. Needs to be a thing. Silencers aren't even that good. I guess that's kind of what I'm getting at when I say I don't want the animals to spook from a lesser, or is that right? I don't want animals at a lesser distance to not spook if they were to add them, because the gun still makes a noise. It's still audible. It just less so. That could be a thing. If there was a little bit of a give and take with M. Clark. How'd you come up with the name Flinter? Basically, long story short for that one. Long story short? Yeah. Long story short, I played a bunch of Cabela's Dangerous Hunts 2009. If you're familiar with that game, the main character was named Flint Abrams, and after playing through the game like, I don't know, 9 times, something like that, I was just looking for another game that you can only play through a game so many times, I guess. And I knew about the Hunter Classic, went to it, and I decided I was going to be Flint Abrams in that game. However, that name was taken, as was Flint, and for whatever reason, I added an ER and called it good. Holy, it's Billiam. What's going on, man? Sick day? Your mask in your profile picture didn't save you, huh? It's a bummer. Still have that game on Wii? That's what I had it on, too. I can't remember. Like, I played it at a friend's house or something. Finally, we got some aggressive wolves, by the way. And then I ended up getting it for my birthday that year, and just, I played it so much. So many times. Come on, friends. Come one and all to the Glock party. Take your time. See if I can survive. For once, they're actually going slow. In the video today, we had them doing this crazy run, or I should say maybe sprint, in circles deal, and that was not cool. You're dead. You should be dying. You're dead. You're gonna die. Okay. When the wolves are nice, Glock's pretty good. That really just changed my perspective on the Glock for wolves. That's what they're supposed to do, by the way. They shouldn't do the thing that they did in today's video where they sprint around me in circles. I would say so, Clark. It performed really well. Shot placement being key as it would be with any gun, but if you can make halfway decent shots, I mean, we didn't get touched, and we killed. I'll count them. That would be number 2. Most of them we hit twice, but we had rounds remaining. Number 3 was hit twice. Number 4 was just once through basically every organ there. Got 5 and 6 up here. That's a gold one. 3 times for that one even. They don't always die super fast. But half a dozen wolves in... Did I reload already? I think it was 11 shots. Did well enough to impress me. The wolves are never safe. Earlier in the video, I was not safe. Those things were winning that battle. Did I go here during a drink time? I can't remember where I went in the video. Looks like wolf textures are improved. They might be a little bit. The harvest screen may accentuate some of the, like, contrast and stuff a little bit more. Hello. Okay. This used to be one of my favorite spots for wolves, so we'll see if we can get any to go aggressive. Is the price going to be the same as all weapon packs? As far as I know, it should be right around that $3.99 price point, but I don't know for certain. About to become John Marston? Ooh. There's a wolf here anyway. We're gonna have to run far enough to get him to spawn in, but I'd like to go one aggressive wolf to take it with the 45. What class is with the 10 mil? 2 to 6. Yeah, Scarlet, that is normal. I don't know, like, I truly don't get it. I don't know what the point is. Maybe it's not intentional. Was it just black in the past? I think that's all it is. Because, like, I don't know why else they would have done it. Favorite gun in general or in this pack? Because in this pack is definitely the 45. Really have enjoyed using that thing. I think the 243 is the best in the pack, but the 45 is just so cool. New or bugged? Could be both. Definitely new anyway. In the hall? What? Oh. Maybe we're past that wolf strength time. It didn't spawn in. Anyway. We can try to, because it should be red deer drink time here shortly. We can try to shoot some stags with this stuff and see how that does. Michelob Ultra Infusion. I still don't know what... It didn't seem to be that lime tasting to me. On an ice cold dew. Are they one of the ones that were in your dad's truck first? Currently doing 4 different grinds. Should I focus on just one, or is it good with the variation? Are they on separate maps or the same map? I would say the variation's good if they're on separate maps. If they're on the same map, I think that can mess with things. I've found that normally if I'm doing a grind, it's best if I just only focus on that grind on that particular map. Is that alert going to show? YouTube's been really weird with the membership alert. Zaggy, thank you for the 46 months though, regardless. All the months? Maybe? I can only assume it would have been like from the beginning of when they added YouTube memberships. Could be about right. Did you like his Oasis Essentials? That was great. It'll be like what my truck will look like here shortly once the season starts. Are you by yourself over there, lad? Are you lost, little boy? 12 times 4? Holy... Would you like to come meet my 45? It'd be nice. That's not it. It's a very slow aiming animation. That's one thing about the 45 that's not so great. .243 it is. It's on different maps and all different animals. Yeah, I'd say the variation's good then. Keep you interested. Don't get burned out on one species. Sound like a guy in a van. When is release date? Tomorrow. I don't blame you, Clark. I'm definitely going to shoot some stuff with it just because I like it, but the hip fire is probably my favorite, I guess, feature of it, to call it that. It is nice, Billy. It's very Red Dead-esque. Can you put a scope on the 45? Not as far as I could tell. I tried everything from the, I don't know how to say it, Goshawk, whatever the, like, original handgun scope was. I tried the old reflex sight. I tried the new reflex sight. Nothing seems to go on it. And it makes sense, like, the style they're going for. There's no scope mount or anything. Not that that stopped them before in other guns. But it probably shouldn't be able to take a sight. Too bad you can't twirl it, imagine. Ideas of range for the 10 mil? We shot earlier a white-tailed about 95 meters while zeroed for 75. And I aimed not that high, but like a little bit high to offset for, you know, shooting 20 meters beyond what we were zeroed for. And we hit it right in the spine. So 100, 110 I don't think would be that difficult. Do you know the time based on previous DLCs? A lot of times it's kind of earlier in the day, but you never know. Like, it definitely has changed up before. Earlier in the day, Eastern time, I should say. What have I missed? Well, we had one pack of wolves attack us, and the Glock performed very, very well on that. We also had, really early in the stream, a Capercaillie go aggressive. That was hilarious. Definitely my favorite thing that's happened so far. And I've just been messing around with some of the other new things with this update. SRP getting a pop reset tomorrow? Yes. We still haven't seen if the hollow points work better. Maybe, you know what? Since we actually had a pack go successfully, maybe we can grab them and see. I think I missed that Mouflon, by the way. Capercaillie remembered it used to be a dinosaur. It is just a little fuzzy dinosaur. You know what's odd? Just seeing, because these are the same red deer that were here. I don't know why I would have passed them, but I remember seeing these red deer. Or did Quattro get a reset since we shot our great one? I recognize these red deer, so I was here and didn't shoot them for something, but I can't remember what the application was. I want to try a thing. I can't quite get as close as I want, but like 200, not that gun, 240-ish meters? 243 handgun? What can we do? Not a heart shot. Mayhaps a lung. Suppose we'll see. You got your great one after the rev update? It would have been before. I think it was March sometime. This one angry Capercaillie, it really was. I was just running along doing my thing, and all of a sudden it decided to come try to slice my ribs. Why is the angler not on console yet? I can only assume there's some kind of delay or whatever in the development process, because everything EW has done, I don't know, going back to... When was the last non-sim launch in Call of the Wild? Basically, they've been trying to release everything on console and PC at the same time. So to not do that for the angler, there must have been something fairly significant, I would assume. That red deer died, so we must have got along. I use soft points in the 454 on gators, yes. That does make sense, Ethan, but only if you can get like decent broadside shots. I think some frontal angles, the lack of penetration may end up being a problem, but we'll see. Very low bleed rate. He's dead right there, though. Was Rancho the last one? It might have been. I think it was. Is the sidearms pack being released on both PC and console? As far as I'm aware, I haven't heard anything to the contrary. I continue to be impressed by the fact that I aim high thinking these things are going to drop and they just don't. They're really flat shooting. Watch the Steelers game? Same here, and I wish I hadn't. It was a little bit of a disappointment. Alright, if all my tents hadn't been taken down by this update, I don't know if we'll find the wolves, but we'll get the soft points anyway. Gonna go for my neck explodes. Sounds good. Appreciate you hanging out. Colts won against the Chiefs and lost to the Jags. I think the Jags are actually good. However, losing or tying with the Texans also is not a good look, so hard to say. Honestly, Will, that I told the story before on stream, so I won't tell it again, but that feeling of, okay, they're gonna lose, but, you know, I'm gonna make $90. Cool. And then they do that lateral play, and just the slow realization of, like, wait, that's gonna make them not cover the alternate spread. Why has this happened? Why? Pax Bucks game was a treat. Could have gone with a little more scoring, that would have been nice, but was a good-ish defensive game. I only say good-ish because there was some weirdness with like turnovers and stuff. Miami? Yeah, you know, it was one of those weird games. They had like less than 200 yards of offense, and Buffalo had like 500 some. Josh Allen passed for 400 something, and they just weren't getting points. The Bills coach, that was their offensive coordinator, who is no longer Brian Dable. He's the coach of the Giants. That was Ken Dorsey, I think. Hey, if you're putting one together, let me know, Bottom Boy. By the time that I get to my parents tonight, we need to, probably as soon as we get there, run back to one of the stands and cut a limb. I might have Kyla shoot a couple shots with her bow out of that stand just for super extra heckin' practice. And yeah, I mean, it's going to be 7:30 till I even settle in, and I'll probably forget about it. So if you're interested, I can try to join you with such investment. Was there a pistol that covered Class 2 before the 243? The 357 would have. What state do you live in? Pennsylvania. So I don't hit a branch on opening day? Sometimes I look back at that doe video and, like, from your angle, or from the camera's angle I should say, it doesn't look like it was that close, but I don't think I missed that branch by much. I got you, Will. A lot of times what I do, I gotta probably quit it. I look at the, what do you call them, trending same game parlays, and, you know, if there's thousands of people that have done them, I'm usually like, Matt, they're probably smarter than me, and then I do them and they don't hit. So, I guess I'll have to try something else. Does coach the Miami Dolphins sounds like Kip from Napoleon Dynamite? Mike McDaniel, I love that guy. He's hilarious. Ooh, wolves drink here. Good to know. I don't know where they are now. Maybe we can run around here and find them. The 10 mil does indeed cover classes 2 to 6. What is it?
Hi.
She's like, I took enough of a nap. Does the sidearm pack release tomorrow for console? As far as I know, yes. You hear a cry, baby? Yep. She's like, Mama won't share none of her Doritos. I'm up here trying to take a nap and you won't shut up. If only she didn't have absolute raptor claws right now. Her jumping up on my arm wouldn't be a bad thing. Small bark. As long as nobody comes down the lane and start. She hears those rocks crunching under the tires and it's over. Is it only SRP that'll get a pop reset? As far as I know, yes. I can't imagine why other maps would, given the fact that they just got one like 3 months ago. I actually support that idea, by the way. If every update pop reset all maps, I think it could actually make for a lot of fun in getting to re-explore things. Any difference with the 243 pistol and rifle? The biggest thing I would say is the zeroing ranges, but even that. The thing about the 243 rifle has always been that zeroing for 300 really puts you more on like 250. The 243 pistol zeros to 200, and it's on at 200, so it's not much different. Boy, would that be nice, bottom boy. It is single shot as well. That's definitely the other thing that makes the rifle probably a little bit better in that aspect. Are there not red deer here anymore? Obviously, as you can tell, I haven't really hunted this map since the Revan Julie update. Well, dang, I like this lake. Alright, top right it is. Ready for a nap? Good thing that we have to go places tonight. Your healer did chew her own nails? Shadow, we gotta train you. She's like all curled up on her bed after doing that. She's so weird, like she does that when I'm recording sometimes too. She'll be laying there sleeping, and then, you know, I'll find an animal in Call of the Wild and I'll start talking. And she'll get up and she'll whine and she'll like stand on her hind legs and stretch on me. And then if I just wait 30 seconds, a minute, she lays back down and goes back to sleep. I don't know why. I don't know what she's actually doing. Sounds good, Zach. Thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it. Never seen a dog chew their nails? I haven't either. What's up, Nathan? Imagine a great 1K per Kaylee. You just, you're running through the woods, and you just hear, like, are you familiar with the Hunter Primal and the T-Rex? You hear the thunk, thunk, thunk of the footsteps as it approaches, and then it's just a caper Kaylee come busting out of the brush and attacks you, and if it kills you, it despawns. What kind of truck do you drive? At the moment, I've got an 06 F-150 that really needs to be upgraded. Those, I think it's 04 to 08 or 06 to 08, something like that. They tend to have a number of issues in those particular models, and mine's no exception. The frame's rusting out. It's had several sensor problems. Weirdly enough, it probably runs better now than when I got it, but that still doesn't give me any confidence that I can make it to the states that I need to drive to this year for hunting, so if I can, I'm going to try to get another one here in about a week, but we'll see. Super bad safety rating? Luckily, I've been... I don't know if you guys can hear that over the music, but that was a different wolf sound, I think. Anyway, the issues that I have run into, including the transmission lines needing to be replaced, they've been found out before they cause a problem. Like, what even was it? I think it was when Kyla was in Georgia. I knew something was up, so I took my truck to my dad's because he's got a whole garage under the barn that is basically dedicated to fixing cars and trucks and all that. And I get in there, and literally as I pull in, basically the last of the transmission fluid leaks out of the lines. And, you know, who knows what could have happened if I had put 5 more miles on it before getting there. Could have been bad, that's for sure. What are the zero ranges for the handgun? They're kind of odd. Like, I'm not actually sure why they chose these particular ones, but it is, as we reload, 100, 50, and 200. I don't know, I guess it's just odd because they're not perfect intervals, but I like it for basically being able to get those longer shots. Not something a handgun often does. What's up, Landon? Wait, why do I taste like venison chili? I like venison chili. Are we having some? How slow is the 45 reload without fast hands? Should I... How long is that going to take? Okay, that shouldn't take that long. We will find out. It is slower, that's for sure. Boy, the time spent to get those rounds in there is something. I can't live without fast hands in this game anymore. I need it. Okay, so how did I have that? It was 1, 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Where are my perk points? Up here. Okay, spend them all. Good. Too slow? Yeah, that's pretty slow. Today's my birthday. Well, happy birthday, man. Hope you're having a good one. Having a roast tomorrow with taters and carrots? Nice. I think we're probably having a roast tomorrow, too. We've been meaning to have a roast for like 4 straight days. And then yesterday we were going to go to my parents, then Kyla wasn't feeling well. And I wanted to, you know, shoot bows with my brother. We haven't gotten to do that much, and I've always been a big, like, believer in shooting with any level of pressure, even if it is just like sibling rivalry. I want to shoot better than you, because it does help you to shoot a little bit better when it comes time to shoot a deer. So we haven't gotten to do that, and he wasn't going to be there, so we ended up not going. So we didn't make a roast because, as I'm sure most of you guys have experienced, parents like to make sure you're well fed, so there's no point in us having leftovers here. So maybe tomorrow. That makes Arthur Morgan look like the Flash. Is the 45 a 5-round cylinder or 6? I think it's 5. It is 5. It might be a 6-round cylinder. They might have one empty. I'm trying to like... Yeah, I think it would be a 6. But one empty. 6-cylinder, but loaded with 5 for safety. Yeah, that's what I started to think of that when I was looking at the size of the cylinder. That's actually cool. I didn't even notice. I love cooking enough food to be able to eat it, maybe, for multiple days / meals. Same here. It started because I lived alone in my apartment for so long, 3 years. I'm sure many people have done so for longer, but most things you buy aren't for one serving, so like it was always making a bunch of leftovers and having it for 3-4 meals. Just got to the stream. How you doing? Doing good, man. We haven't shot anything special in terms of like trophies, but we had an aggressive caper Kaylee and some pretty cool different kills with the different handguns today. About to grill up some elk sticks. Alright, change of plans. I'll be there in 12 minutes. It's already got a single action hammer. It's safe enough. Probably should be, but I actually like that they're kind of replicating that. They load 5 and carry hammer on an empty cylinder. It's so, I believe, is so like, even if something, I don't know how it would happen necessarily, but if something were to contact that hammer, it still wouldn't be able to go off, obviously, since there's nothing in the chamber. I might be remembering, I don't know if that's exactly the point, but I think it's so that you can't have the hammer be hit and still go off. If the back of the hammer got hit, it could still... Oh, alright. We're on the same page here. Tomorrow is the update indeed. Old style single actions didn't have the block that prevents discharges when the hammer gets struck when down. See, I like that I didn't know the point, but I at least somewhat remembered what was happening there. Good thing you guys are here, because I had just I really didn't explain anything other than it's like that because it is. The old has 6 shots. The old's not that good. I like the new one. Alright. Glock on a red Gurr. We'll try to get to 100. You got the gist? Proud of you? It's Paul Harrell, really. I remember it from one of his videos. I just can't remember exactly how it went. High chance of misfire while riding a horse? This is probably just the fact that, you know, cowboys and horses kind of go together, but I was thinking of something to do with a horse. Okay. 0 for 75. And attempt to double tap. That didn't do too badly. Not like it's going to get any quick kill, but it did alright. 96% of the people who watch my content are men. I think that's a higher percentage than me. Let us take a look. A stroll, as you will, into the YouTube analytics land. Did I say as you will or if you will? Audience. How do I find that? 92% for me. YouTube is, like, it skews male to begin with, so that would be part of it anyway. 110 yards with the Glock. It zeroes out to 75. So, and I thought you'd have to aim high, but you really don't. Even at 100, it's pretty flat. Gladly taken indeed. Depends on the revolver. Older designs had the firing pin as a part of the hammer. That is where the hammer down on empty chamber, I guess, came from. Oh, you have another part of that coming. New revolvers have what is called a transfer bar. I think I'm understanding where this is going. I definitely do not know the inner workings of a handgun, though. Why does this look so odd? I guess just the angle. So, I mean, I hit the top of the lung at 100 meters. That's nuts. It almost feels like it hits higher the further you go. Made your neck hurt from laughing again? I apologize for causing such things. Please take a gator at some point. We're definitely going to have to try it. I do want to see how it performs. I don't know if we'll get to today. We got about 13 minutes. And, seemingly as per usual these days, after the stream we have to head up to my parents'. There's always something to do, and then starting Saturday, it's going to be trying to rush out the door and go hunting. So, always something right after the streams. But definitely for a video or another stream, we'll give that a shot. I saw a deer. Actually, a decent one. Spotted a piebald. Yep, doing great. Piebald female roe deer. Nice. I noticed in the previous stream the Glock was shooting high and right a lot. I do notice, and maybe it's just the particular setting I have, like this holographic sight. You notice how it doesn't line up right with the front pin? Which one is actually correct? That's the real question. What if I change? This bar sits between the hammer and the firing pin and is only in position to allow the weapon to fire if the trigger is depressed. With the trigger reset, the transfer disengages. Safe for 6. I gotcha. I always found it really, like, firearms in particular, I always found it really interesting, like, how the older styles, like, how they got around some of the safety issues. It's really, really impressive what they were able to come up with. Where actually... There we go. So what if we did a dot sight instead? That actually looks like it's lined up right. It might be to the right still. I don't know. That lineup's looking weird. It seems to be off a little bit. You're on the Way the Hunter and Assassin's Creed vibe. That's because Way the Hunter loves you, though. Gives you all the big males. I'm gonna attempt to get this one. The 45 is not ethical. Never mind. I guess we'll use the Glock again. What about 135? What the heck? See how we do from here. Well, that second shot's gonna be too far back, but I think it's a lung. Pretty impressive, to be honest. I kind of think I do too, Clark. I went with the little crosshair thing just because I thought it would be good for wolves, but I'm not sure it is. Already burnt out away the hunter. The story ending just made me cringe. I do, in a way, feel myself kind of like not getting burnt out, but I'll walk around my trophy lodge, and while the racks are different, they're more similar than I'd like. I'd like to see more variety in some of the antlers and stuff, which I think they're gonna get there, but I don't know, hopefully they can start to add some variety sooner rather than later. Oh, you're ahead of me, Clark. I have a ways to go to get to 40k cash. What other sites go in the Glock? Only this one. So this is specific to the Glock. So how do if we go into this? So the old site, I think, is called the Marksman Exact Reflex site or something like that. This one's specifically for the Devani. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but that's the model name for the Glock. Hello. Five-star elk, bighorn, and whitetail is my first harvest of the species. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I'm still sad about that first whitetail I shot. If I only knew what I was doing, I'd have passed him and gone back there. So let's see, 135-ish? Still, like, I did aim a little high, so there's some drop there by 135, but it's not like it's down here. Like, there's a lot of room in there. Not so good in the second one, but can we go, I don't know, 150? Where even else am I going to find a red deer? Maybe over here? Many of the arms in Call of the Wild, aim point is not on the hit point. While Call of the Wild wants us to give the money away, the hunter has everything properly aimed, and the rifle pack coming out will be for free. I definitely don't, I don't mind when DLCs are paid, but I can appreciate free content DLCs a lot. I don't know, it's just two different business models. What's the 10 mil kill? It is for classes 2 to 6, so basically from raccoon dogs, coyotes, and foxes up to red deer and gators. Don't you do it, you better come back broadside. Where are you going? Oh. Let's shoot that one instead. I love a PA map. There's so much that could be added to a map like that. The area I kind of struggle when it comes to PA is like, there's not a lot they could add that would be really new. Obviously we have whitetail, we have black bear now on 3 different maps. Technically bobcat would be new. Mexican bobcat aren't the exact same things as, what would it be, American bobcat that we have here. Eastern turkeys we have, like, I'm just not sure what could be entirely new really that would like sell. Okay, what the, pick a spot and stay there. Gonna try to go 200 just because we can. Would you just stay still? Oh my god. Stop it. None of those shots hit, but I don't feel entirely responsible for that. Go to another spot and try that again. Teleporting deer, yeah. Can I have teleportation hacks that'll let me get close to things? Did you get any rares with any of these sidearms? Not in the stream today, but in today's video we did get an egg white wolf. How many times can you hunt the exact same animals in a different environment? I think that's kind of what I'm getting at when it comes to PA and stuff. Like, it's got to be new, at least some new animals for the new maps. Why does football get called soccer in the US? Always found that confusing because American football is pretty much just renamed rugby. Rugby and American football are different enough that I don't think they could necessarily be even classed into the same thing. I'm not actually sure why, like, I don't know why what Americans call football became what they call football and why it didn't just keep the name that the rest of the world call soccer like or what? Yeah, did I say that right? What I tried to say was, I don't know why America didn't keep the name football for soccer and call what we do call football something else. I really could have done that a lot better. Because we won the war? Yes. Just join what map we're on at Quattro Cleanus. Now we were trying to get some wolves to attack. I just remembered, I'm using soft point rounds in that Glock. I totally forgot about that. Doing pretty decent, but we were trying to get Iberian wolves to attack. We had one pack where we did pretty good. And since then, no more wolves have shown up. Rugby's full name is Rugby Football. I didn't know that. Is this DLC on PS4? It should come out on PS4 tomorrow. I'm gonna fast travel here, then I want to read the first generation cartridge thing. They first inadvertently deleted safety features of the muzzleloading percussion revolvers. Like when they first had cartridge loads instead of the muzzleloading revolvers. I can see where that would happen though. Like, oh wow, there's a big male. You try to kind of make it more modern, more convenient or whatever. That seems to happen with a lot of things. Yes. I can't even say that. Bartholomew Flinter Smith, that's it. That's the one. Did you see what time they're going to air the UK NFL game? It's like 9 a.m., right? I'm half excited for that, as long as my weekend next week, or this coming week, goes as planned. If I have all the videos recorded for the weekend like I normally do, I should be able to just wake up and watch that from the start. But if I have to do any editing or anything, I'm going to miss some. Alright, take two. 200 meters, I got too close. With one that will hopefully sit still. That went over him, that's nuts. I can't get my breath back. Alright. We'll try to get on the other one. It seems like it's just almost completely flat shooting. Who the Steelers play next? The Jets, in Pittsburgh. Still forget you can't hunt Sunday hunt every Sunday. It was quite something coming down to West Virginia, because that was the first day we hunted, right? I think we got there on a Saturday and hunted on a Sunday. It's a different kind of thing for me. I hope they open up Sunday hunting in PA. I think they're going to eventually. It's just kind of taking some time. But I certainly don't mind the little mini break that you get. That almost hit him. That might be too far. Maybe like 150-ish is the limit. Anyway, not so much in the early season, but it gets to be about like, I don't know, like give me like November 10th. So I've like been hunting hard for a week and a half, 2 weeks. Gets to be a Sunday, I'm like, I'm sleeping in today, I don't care. I don't mind it. Just found a level 3 whitetail, nice. They're red deer here still. A couple of decent ones. I'm halfway tempted to just yeet another shot, but I think we'll use the 243 because we are wrapping up here in about 2 minutes. Try to get that guy kind of right in the crease at 230 or whatever that was. And at least in theory, he should start to drop here any second from what I think should be a lung shot. He's going down very slowly, but he is going down. In that case, we have a long run. Did the last 2 rounds go over his back? I thought they did, but it was so far away I couldn't tell for sure. Basically, Colton Remington has safety notches that, yeah, I know what you're talking about with those notches. They used to lock the seal and replace. Ironically, muzzleloader wheel guns are safe to load 6. Again, I only know partial information about that from having watched a Paul Harrow video on something similar, but Like, that's the notches between the... I was going to say cylinders, but that's not right. Between the chambers. Goodness. That was the thing that I was mostly thinking of when I said earlier, like, the early days, figuring out, like, ways around safety problems was really, really interesting. Having the notches there to have the hammer rest on a notch was one of those types of things. You know you want to keep streaming for another hour? If we had the time today, we'd go on and chase gray wolves, we'd chase bison and buffalo and stuff, but unfortunately, hunting related things must be done. Gotta get that branch trimmed, gotta get Kyla practice out of that stand, probably, maybe. We'll see. Depends on what time we get there. I know those deer have been coming out early. I'm half afraid to go back there with the pole saw and even cut that branch down, but I think if it's the first thing we do, 6 o'clock, should be okay. Maybe. Love your work. Thank you, man. Do I prefer Way the Hunter or Call the Wild? Lately, it's been Way the Hunter because I've really been enjoying just something new. I think overall I still prefer Call the Wild, but again, because Way the Hunter's like the new thing, generally, like, if I'm sitting there and I'm like, you know, I don't have to record, but I want to play a hunting game right now, Way the Hunter's been my go-to, but again, I think there's a chance that'll change here in the next month or so as Way the Hunter no longer becomes the new thing. Can do so, bottom boy. Anyway, got ourselves a 218 mythical. I love this rack. This is like the old small level 9 rack. Really wish I could make time, and I like the crowns so much on these, but right lung at 226 from that 243 pistol. One thing is for certain, all of them are very good. I still don't think the 45 or the Glock necessarily do their particular role better than something like, say, the 454. That said, the Glock did really good on that pack of wolves today, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. Maybe some more time with the Glock, I'll change my mind. The 243, though, that thing, it's going to be a game changer. I really do believe that in terms of loadouts. But anyway, that's going to do it for the stream. Tomorrow, there is no normal video. We have a premiere at this exact time, 24 hours from now, of the buck that I shot last year, the video of that. If you've seen it on the Meat Hunters channel, it's the same thing, but just premiering on my channel. If you haven't seen it, hopefully I will see you there in that chat. I'll be in the chat. If you don't know what a YouTube premiere is, basically like a live stream, but a pre-recorded video, or pre-edited in this case. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what you guys have to say about that. So on that note, that is going to do it. As always, thank you guys for hanging out today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all the support. And I will see you hopefully there at the premiere tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. Bye!